Hey, I'm letting her get a couple of pictures while we're up here, y'all.
And I can take some like during break. I can't just like you right here get recording. And so I can take some.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see. Is that on? Can you tell?
No, let her look. I don't have my glasses. See if it's on for him.
Can you tell whether that's on or not? Okay.
Okay.
You're doing my job for me. Huh? You're doing my job for me. Sorry. Trying to get everybody placed here. Okay. Now let me get up here.
Okay. Smile, you guys. We're getting a couple of shots first. That's my camera. I'm letting her get us some shots of flowers.
Okay.
Told you she's a natural.
Okay.
So there's nothing, no topic. He done told you about what, yeah. It's just the broken generation.
Now the title
About why we broken.
is The Broken Generation. That's what I'm going to introduce this as.
Okay.
And we're talking to Mr. Greenlee, Mr. Young, and Mr. Flowers.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And so what we want to do is to start off, and this is a 30-minute show.
Okay.
First part is 6 minutes. That's the first segment. And the second, and we'll have that first segment, 6 minutes, background education experience, which is to say that we'll get that kind of general information from the three of you. You know, you'll take about 2 minutes to give who you are, 2 minutes as to who you are,
Okay.
and 2 minutes as to who you are. And that should be that first segment, you see. And then we'll have a commercial break. Then we'll have a commercial break for 2 minutes. And then we'll come back with a second segment of 8 minutes, you see. And this is where we'll get into the topic, the broken generation. Since this is Ms. Greenlee's title, we're going to let her start off by explaining what she meant, what she means by the broken generation. And then that will be that second segment. We'll go from 1, 2, 3, and that kind of.
Okay.
And then we'll have that 8 minutes, and then we'll come back with 10 minutes, and then we'll start picking up on that. But sort of, this is the fourth show for me. I've been doing this
All right.
since, yeah. What we want to try to do is to make sure that we feed off one another, which is to say that if she has some information, et cetera, dealing with the broken generation, we're going to start with you, with the broken generation, and I want you to explain to me why you brought these folks here with us and make some statements in reference to that. That'll give
30 minutes.
That'll give you an opportunity, me an opportunity to start with you, and you can talk, and then but you'll be talking about them, and then after you get through explaining them, then I'll go to one of them, and that but from that we'll alternate between them, so you shouldn't have any problems. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
All right. Can we have you say your name and count to 10? Just look towards Dr. Haney while you do it.
Okay. Willie Young.
You got to speak up, Mr. Young.
Willie Young.
Yeah, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you want me to count out loud?
Yeah.
I was counting myself. Okay.
Yeah, no,
right.
just talk so that.
Yeah.
So we get a level.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can all
Yes.
see.
Willie Young.
Speak
1,
up.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay.
8, 9, 10.
Okay, Mr.
Vic Flowers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good.
Clemmy Greenlee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, is that right? Are we ready? Okay.
Okay, so when we start, we're looking at you.
Yeah, I'm just looking at me. And the title, and I want you to explain the title. When we start off, I'll introduce the title, and you want to call this "Broken Generation." That might be a title that's not familiar to many people about what we mean when we talk about broken generation, and so we want you to explain what we mean by broken generation and the individuals that you have with you this morning. Okay. All right. God is good. Yes, He is. Thank God. And we're so appreciative of all of you for coming by and helping move this thing forward.
Well, you know, I appreciate you, Dr.
You
You
got-
always help me stay out here.
Yeah, you bring such information. Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is broken generation. And we have with us to talk about the broken generation, Ms. Greenlee, Mr. Young, and Mr. Flowers. Three individuals who have quite a bit of information dealing with this new idea of a broken generation. And let me, Ms. Greenlee, not only welcome you with Mr. Young and Mr. Flowers, but let's have you to give us some information for the sake of the audience, some information in reference to your background, your education, and some of your experiences. And in the meantime, introduce these two individuals to me and to tell me why they are with you today.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Dr. Haney. Again, thank you for having me on your show. Again, my name is Clement Greenlee. I'm the founder of Nashville Peacemakers Stop the Violence Campaign, and I'm also a community advocate. I want to talk about broken generation because it's in my mind is that we don't talk enough about our young men, our young black men that's being not only lost out here, but why they are broken. And I brought Mr. Young here with me and Mr. Flowers because they are young black men, and they do a lot in the community to impact society themselves. And I would like for them to just gear in on why they think that this generation is broken and not lost.
Very good. Now, let's have you, Mr. Young, give us a little information in reference to your background, and which will be followed by Mr. Flowers.
My name is Willie Young. Everybody knows me as Chill Will, party promoter, concert promoter. And I've been working with kids since I've been in Nashville. I'm originally from Memphis. I went to Tennessee State, played baseball, and pledged Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And, you know, all my life here in Nashville, I've always had a passion to help and work with people. And that's, you know, that's what I've been doing, you know, since I've been in Nashville. And that's something I definitely love dearly.
Very good. Mr. Flowers?
Yes, my name is Vic Flowers. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. And basically, what I do in the community, I do different outreaches. I do outreach through music as well, and try to connect with other organizations to do outreach as well. From one of the organizations like Youth for Christ and the Eye of a Future program and things like that.
And so both of you are deeply involved, as is Ms. Greenlee, in reference to, let's start us off, Ms. Greenlee, dealing with broken generations. We've got about 2 minutes before we end this first segment. Let's talk about this broken generation.
But the broken generation with me is a lack of communication with our young people. It's a lack of education, and it's also a lack of finance. But more than anything, it's a lack of binding our communities together. We so quick to just pour in the negative of why our young generation is lost or broken, but we don't have too many structures to be coming in to help us, you know, put things together to get everything back on track. So this is why I want to just come and just talk about mostly the lost generation and the broken generation.
What do you see, Mr. Young, as some of the real problems with our young men today? Well,
Clemmy, she expound on two, income and education, but to me, you also need that family structure. You know, a lot of our kids are not growing up with two-parent families. They growing up with just a mom being the mom and the dad, and that's like a strain on the whole entire family.
And so in real sense, you see that as one of the real reasons that we have. What about you, Mrs. Flowers, in terms of looking at some of the issues, some of the problems that our young African-American men have this day?
The major problem that I see in our generation today